Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I'm back with another video on how to hack happy chemicals. So have you ever come across a situation where you are feeling low, depressed, not motivated enough or productive enough at workplace? So there's a possibility that you are not managing those chemicals that making you feel happy or unhappy. So today we're going to learn about all those happy chemicals that are responsible for creating happiness. So it's not necessary that you always take a passenger seat. Sometimes you can take a driver's seat and manage the flow of those chemicals to experience the state of motivation, productivity, and happiness. So there are basically four chemicals that are responsible for creating that happiness. First is dopamine, second is serotonin, third is oxytocin, and fourth is endorphin. Whenever our brain releases one of the chemicals, we feel good or happy. So today we're going to learn that what type of activities we can incorporate in a routine that allows us to manage the flow of those chemicals and experience happiness. So first one is dopamine. Dopamine is basically motivates us to achieve goals. Have you ever come across a situation where you have a to-do list in front of you and every time you crosses the item off the list, so it basically boosts your dopamine level and allows you to experience happiness? So is the case with our goals. If you ever have a goal in place, then divide it into milestones or chunks. So every time when you achieve that milestone, celebrate it, and by celebrating it it results in release of dopamine, which creates happiness and makes you more motivated to achieve your goals. Secondly, make sure that you always have something in place whenever you are done with achieving one set of goals, so that you stay motivated to achieve more. But it's also one of the dangerous chemical because it also results in addiction. Have you ever come across a situation where a notification appears on your mobile and you feel an instant urge to check that notification, and the moment you do it, you feel happy about it because your dopamine level hit, and then another notification comes and you start checking it again, and the more you do, the more you feel happy? Well, this is all thanks to dopamine, because whenever you check something, some of the item is across the list and you feel that release of that chemical and you feel happy. So make sure that you add all those tasks and objectives to your to-do list that going to add value to your organization. So whenever you're going to experience the release of that chemical, at the same time you achieve something that add value to your work. So, if any of the people who are feeling procrastination or are in a state of self doubt or lack of enthusiasm, so there's a possibility that you are low on dopamine. But you can manage this cycle by engaging in a goal setting activity and then rewarding yourself or your team or colleague members every time when they achieve a milestone. Second is serotonin. It's also very important, and we experience this whenever we feel important, significant among our peers or our social circle. So, if there are people in your organization who are attention seekers, so there's a possibility that they are low on serotonin. And people those who experience loneliness and depression, there's a possibility that those also are low on serotonin. So, how you can manage that release of that chemical at workplace? Well, you can reflect on your past accomplishments, and the moment you reflect on your past accomplishment, it results in release of your happy chemical and allow you to be happy, because our brain could not able to differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. So basically, in actual, we are reliving the experience. And another way to manage this chemical is basically indulge in the process of gratitude. Practicing more and more of gratitude, you basically allow yourself to release this serotonin and experience the state of happiness. So these are two of the ways that you allow yourself to regulate the flow of serotonin. The third important chemical is oxytocin. It basically gives us a feeling of trust, motivates us to build and sustain relationships. So if you're a kind of person who's experiencing problems in building relationship at workplace, you need to work more on that. And if you're experiencing anxiety, fear in your relationship, so there's a possibility that you are low on oxytocin. It is also known as cuddle or love hormone. Uh, it is recommended that you hug people 8 times a day because it results in release of oxytocin. However, you cannot apply this at workplace because it differs from culture to culture. So it's a possibility that instead of writing an encouraging email, you can go to that person and say it in front of him so he feels good. Increase in the use of handshakes and high fives also result in release of this oxytocin. And basically, by giving gifts, we allow the other person to release that happy chemical and experience happiness. So this is how we can strengthen and build our relationships at workplace. And the last one is endorphin. Endorphin is basically a pain masking chemical. So have you ever done a lot of workout and though you are very exhausted, but still after doing that workout for an hour, you feel happy, relaxed, and out of stress? Well, thanks to endorphin. This is the job of endorphin. It is basically in response to our pain and stress and help us to alleviate anxiety. So if you are experiencing depression, then you need to experience endorphin. Another way of dealing with that is that add some humor to workplace because the moment you start laughing, it results in release of endorphin and experience happiness. It is also studies also show that if you eat spicy food or if you smell fragrance like lavender or vanilla, then it also results in release of endorphins. So this is how you can manage the brain chemicals to create happiness for yourself and to stay motivated and productive. I hope you like the video and you can learn more about it by reading articles and by reading book on by Simon Sinek on Leaders Eat Last. It's a wonderful book and it gives you a lot of tips on how to manage those chemicals and bring them into use to be an effective leader. So hope you like the video. If you like the video, then do share your comments and valuable feedback. Don't forget to like and subscribe my channel for more videos. Till then, take care and Allah Hafiz.